Hi, I'm Jo from J.H.Leather, and in this episode of the podcast, we are going to be talking about YouTube controversy, finally using the pass-through slot on my Glowforge, and a manic month of filming. Okay, so one of the things that I want to talk about is the YouTube Shorts controversy that I have seemingly made for myself. So if you have seen any of the YouTube Shorts, they are all named made in 60 seconds and then the name of whatever it is I'm making. So for example, made in 60 seconds, handmade leather belt. And so the idea of YouTube Shorts is that they are a short 60-second video. And so I have been using these as sort of highlight reels for sort of stuff that I have made in the past, as well as sort of stuff that I am making in the workshop. And they're basically a 60-second snapshot highlight reel of making said thing. And so through the naming choice of my YouTube Shorts, I have created a very controversial thing for the channel, and I get so many people commenting that isn't made in 60 seconds. How can you make that in 60 seconds? That's a lie. That's not made in 60 seconds. And sort of varying comments similar to that. And I don't understand why people are so angry at that. It's a highlight of something being made in 60 seconds and not something actually being made in 60 seconds. Because so the way YouTube works, a lot of it is clickbait, and I know they are quite clickbaity titles, but I don't understand how it's caused so many people to be like up in arms about it. Yeah, because you get so many so many of the shorts have got comments on it, and they happen usually not too long after they've been released. I'll get quite a few coming then, and yeah, it's different people all the time. It's not like one person just trolling me or anything like that. Loads of different people are like, that's not made in 60 seconds. Why are you tricking us? It's just like, okay, well, are you aware of YouTube? That's sort of what an awful lot of things are on YouTube. Clickbait. However, I'd like to think that mine is nice clickbait and it's a nice video, and it is a highlight. It is whatever it is done in a 60-second video, rather than, oh my god, look at this, what happened next, sort of thing. It's not like that bad. Anyway, that is the controversy that I have managed to create for myself, and I'm going to keep calling them that because it's annoying, but it does make me laugh how angry some people can get about the naming of a video. So, if you're watching, haters, I'm still going to do it. But yeah, another thing about the shorts, so if we're going to take aside the commenting situation, so they don't actually make me money at all, really. So I've got one video that done crazy well. It went a bit bonkers. It's now sitting 3.5 million views. And it's the most viewed video by far out of all of the videos that I have on YouTube. And it has made me a grand total of about £6.50, which is fine. It's one of those, I've made the video or the shorts from a video that I already have, and it does get the views, so it gets people coming to the channel and then hopefully staying, because what they do, or whilst they don't make any money, they do get me subscribers, which is great. So so that video, the belt video, which has got 3.5 million views since I think the middle or the end of December, has got me over 6,000 subscribers. And it's the case for a lot of the other shorts. When I go through and actually see the analytics behind them, a lot of them, they do have quite a sort of high sort of subscriber rate for that video, which is really good. Obviously, I mean, it does vary. So some of them, although they might have a lot of views, don't have as many subscribers, but it all counts, and through doing the YouTube Shorts, I'm obviously getting more people to the channel to view the content and hopefully subscribe and stick around for more videos. And it's also helping to boost the overall subscriber count. And now I do try not to be too in with the numbers and stuff like that, because you can drive yourself crazy on that. And I am aware that whilst the views and the subscribers gained from the YouTube Shorts that I am doing aren't really helping me in terms of views for my longer videos, like the tutorials and tool time videos and stuff, for example. But hopefully, over time, they might come over and then start watching some of the other videos and they'll get more views and it'll sort of snowball a bit from there. So that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. But it's one of those things, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not too het up with the numbers about it all. It is what it is. And however, it does mean that we are, as I'm filming this, I'm a few hundred off from hitting 90,000 subscribers, which is so exciting because we're so close to that 100,000 goal that I set myself like 6 years ago when I started the channel. And I jokingly said to Tim, that's the goal that I'm going to hit. And yeah, so I think, you know, I spoke about it, I think in the first podcast, to be sort of, you know, within striking distance of that. And I'm thinking, you know, at the rate that the channel is growing at the moment, it should probably be 2.5 months, I reckon, and then we'll hit that goal. So I'm gonna have to start planning what I'm gonna do to celebrate. I have said to Tim when we're up in Scotland, maybe we should buy like a shot of whiskey, because I don't actually drink. I don't like the taste of alcohol. However, I think it might be quite fun to maybe do a shot. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but I think that would be quite interesting as a way to celebrate. So yeah, so I will have to do some sort of like celebration video, and we'll hopefully I'll do like a live stream and stuff like that, and get some good sort of like a community video type thing for you all, where, you know, if you want to participate you can do. I'll come up with something. Maybe we could do like a group make along or something. Yeah, but that might be quite a good idea actually, to be fair. I could make a pattern and release it for free, and then if you want to make it along live with me, we can do. That might be a good one actually, to be fair. I'll get thinking. But yeah, so that is sort of the YouTube roundup for today's video. And we're going to talk about what I have actually been doing this month, and that is manically creating and editing videos, because Tim and I are going away as I'm recording this tomorrow and we're going away for 2.5 weeks. So we're heading up to Scotland, back to our boat, and hopefully the weather will be nice and we're going to go and do a bit of sailing, and Skylar is coming with us. And so if you are interested in following that, I do have another channel called Hi, I'm Joe, and I will link that in the description. So if you want to follow us as we head up to Scotland and what we do and what we get up to up there, that will be the channel to go and see it on. But I will try and post some sort of posts. I think that's what they're called on YouTube. They're just posts, aren't they? But I'll try and post some photos and stuff. And if you're on the Discord channel as well, I will be posting in there as well, so you can see what we get up to and that sort of thing. However, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what I have been doing this month, and that is, like I said, creating an awful lot of videos. So I've got it written down here. This month I have filmed 7 videos, and as we are recording this, I've edited 6 of them and created 2 shorts as well. And then I'm obviously recording this podcast, and then this has got to be edited and uploaded today as well before we go. So yeah, it's been a pretty manic month on the filming front, but it's been really enjoyable for me to create those videos, and I think hopefully you've enjoyed them. So not all the videos that I have filmed are going to be coming out this month, but they are going to be coming out within the next few weeks. So 2 more are going to be coming out after this, obviously, whilst we're away, and then hopefully I'm going to film 1 more when I get home, and that will round up the June videos, and then we're going to be into July. And it's just crazy, isn't it, how fast this month is going? And I've got 1 video filmed that I've already scheduled in for the middle of July, which is, I think, the most forwardly planned video I have ever done. But that's good to get that done. And it's been good, you know, whilst it has been quiet. I purposefully didn't book in any one-to-one workshops this month because I knew we were going away, and then when we get back, we're going away not too long after as well. But yeah, so I was like, I'm going to take the whole month and just plan out as many videos as I can, and then film them all and get as many of them edited and scheduled in, ready for release whilst we're away, so I don't have to try and remember to do it, because I'm not very good at remembering to release the video. So with them all scheduled in, I don't need to do that. But yeah, so the first video of the month was the grab bag. Now, I really enjoyed making that, and I think, you know, it's done all right analytics wise. It hasn't really sold as many patterns as I thought it would. I'm thinking maybe because it is a bit of a more advanced tutorial, in that, you know, I'm using the bell skiver for it, and I don't know, maybe it's not the sort of thing that people want to make, but that's fine. You know, the video's done, it's out there, the patterns are available, so as and when people do want to make it, they can do. And then yeah, I've got 2 other make-alongs filmed as well, one of them being lacing. So it's something that I have been meaning to do for a while. So years ago, I did a 3-part video on bridle making, and I never got around to doing the part 4, which was the laced reins. And so it is a laced dog collar, but it's the same techniques as you would use if you were making a set of reins. And that was really nice to make. I haven't done lacing in so long, and I forgot just how messy you get, because you want the laces, you don't want them to be dry, because then they're really hard to actually do their actual lacing with. So, oh my goodness, I got stain everywhere and all over my hands and everything. But yeah, so that was actually really nice to do. Yeah, they come out really well, and so hopefully you will like the video when that comes out. That's going to be June's make along video. And then other than that, I've done a few sort of other videos, and I've got loads of other videos. That was really really descriptive there. I have got a lot of other plans in the pipeline as well for what videos I want to do when I next get a chance to film, because like I said earlier, we are going away. So we're going away for 2.5 weeks, and then when we get back, we're actually only back for 25 days in total, including weekends. And then we're going away again back up to Scotland on the boat. And in the time that I'm back, I've got, of the 25 days so far, I've got 10 days fully booked and confirmed for workshops, which is great. And then I might have another 3-day course booking in as well. So yeah, of the 25 days that I am back, potentially 13 of them are going to be workshops, which is going to be great because I love doing the workshop. However, that was why, or part of the reason, I did so much forward filming, because I know I'm not going to get time when I get back to do that. So yeah, it should be good though. I'm really looking forward to the workshops. I've got a range of sort of people coming, different sort of levels, so it's going to be really nice to actually get into that. But yeah, and so obviously I will report back how they go in the next episode of the podcast, and you will be able to follow along. If you are following me on Instagram, I will post sort of pictures and posts on there. I know I'm not very good at Instagram, but I do, whenever I have a workshop in, I do post photos from that of the students working and of what they have made and accomplished when they are in the workshop, because it's really nice for them to see, and for other people who are potentially thinking about coming and doing a workshop can see, okay, well, that student's, made that's something that I might want to learn. So yeah, so I think Manic is probably the key word for me from this month, and probably for next month when we get back as well. So I am looking forward to having a bit of a break, because I've not really had a break this year. So yeah, so that should be good, but relaxing. Hopefully the weather will be nice for us, because I'm still pretty new when it comes to sailing, which is what we're going to be doing up in Scotland. And Skylar's really new to it as well. So Skylar has had 2 trips on a boat, and I've had 3, so we're very green, but Tim knows what he's doing. But yeah, no, looking forward to that. I do love going up to Scotland. Oh, it's such a magical place, especially by boat. So yeah. So other things that have been going on in the workshop, I have finally used the pass-through slot on my Glowforge Pro laser printer that I have in the workshop. Now, this took a bit of getting used to, and I'm thinking when I get a chance, when I get back, or maybe in August when I'm back from the other trip, I think I'm going to do a proper video on that, because I had quite a lot of issues to start with, and then I had to do loads, or quite a bit of sort of research online as to what I was doing wrong to try and get to work. So I ended up wasting most of a sheet of acrylic, which was very annoying. However, I have now got it dialed in. And so yeah, so basically, so Glowforge, if you sort of are aware of them, they have their own proof grade materials, which is coated in a paper masking, which is great because you don't have to apply it. And because it's paper, it's non-shiny. So for that, I think it would have worked better if I was using that, but I wasn't. So I was using a different brand of acrylic from the Glowforge proof grade ones. And these ones have a plastic film, so it's quite shiny. And so some of the issues that I was having with the pass-through slot were that it just wasn't aligning up at all. So basically what it does, once you've done your first cut, you then can move it. It will then, you do your first cut, it will then take loads of photos. You can then move your material forwards, and then with the photos that it took previously, it's going to then try and align up the second part of your cut to your first one. Now, with the material that I was using, because it was so reflective and there wasn't much contrast at all, because it was a white plastic film, the camera, I don't think, and the software couldn't actually see where the cuts then were. And I tried manually aligning it as well, and it was just not happening at all. They were so off, and it was just a nightmare. I just spent the day just getting more and more stressed about it as I wasted more and more material trying to get it to work. But eventually, through persistence and the guides I found online on forums and stuff like that, I've sort of managed to actually make it work. And so, like I said, I think I am going to do a full video on this, because I think it is something that will actually help a lot of people in terms of using that feature on their Glowforge. Obviously, it's not for everyone, because not everyone has a Glowforge, but for, there's going to be like a section of people that I think this video is actually going to really help. And I think if I could find one for me, that would have been really helpful, because I didn't really find a full video on, this is what you need to do to get good pass-through prints. It was actually on the Glowforge forums, and they're actually really handy. So if you do have an issue with the Glowforge, looking at the forums is a really good place to go. And through looking at loads of different posts, I managed to correlate all the information that I needed to actually do it again and actually work. And so, to not waste materials or any more materials, I actually used cardboard from the box that my replacement materials came in. So, because obviously, it's there's not much else I can do with that, but I can use handily the settings within the Glowforge. They do have a corrugated cardboard setting, so I didn't need to go and find out what those settings were. And I actually did my tests on that to get it working with sort of using the cardboard, because it's a non-reflective, darker material. There was more contrast in the material. It actually lined up perfectly first time. So after that, what I did was I actually taped with some parcel tape that I've been using for masking for my leather and stuff like that I have been doing myself. I used that on it and put that in, and it worked brilliantly. I was so happy when it finally worked. And so so I got those 2 orders printed, and I was making hound collar templates. If you saw my stories on Instagram, you would have seen that I was making them, and they should now be with their respective owners, and hopefully they're going to get a nice good lot of use out of them. And it is something that I'm going to look at sort of releasing a little way down the line when I'm back from Scotland and I can have time to actually sit down. And what I'm going to do is create 2 different versions in terms of like a J.H.Leather. These are the standard sizes that I have found, and from looking through past orders, that get ordered, and sort of correlate a medium, large, small, that sort of thing one. And then I'm also going to have a custom service one, so you can choose the width of it, the width of the main collar, the width of the point and buckle straps, the length of them, the overall length of the collar, how many holes you want, how far apart you want the holes, so that those of you who have their own standards for making their hound collars but would like a bit of extra help in having a template for them, you can get exactly what you want. That's what I'm planning with that. I will also finally get myself sorted enough so that I can create or transfer my bifold wallet with the coin pocket into an acrylic template, because that's the one that I want to do, because that's so sort of varied, because you don't have to put the coin pocket in it if you don't want to. That's the plan when we're back, probably in August, for those ones, because there's no point in releasing an acrylic template and then going on holiday and not being able to fulfill the orders. So that's what we're going to be looking at from August onwards, getting at least those 2 acrylic templates out, and then hopefully I will also come up with some other ideas as to what we can make with the machine and get that out as well as working on more of the make along videos, because they're the ones I really enjoy doing. But so we've also got some other things coming up. So I've got some tool times that I'm looking forward to making. However, it's one of those I'm waiting on stock to come back in from certain suppliers before I can do those. So I'm going to have hopefully a nice lot of videos coming at you sort of from August onwards. So that is where we're going to leave the podcast for this month. So thank you very much for listening. If you are interested in any of the things that I've spoken about in the podcast, there will be links in the description below for you to go and check out. So I hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast, and I hope you have a happy month crafting, and I will catch you in the next episode.